Yeah, I'm sure you're the same, Ruby. I was thinking about being in the spiritual sort of realm and energy and, you know, connecting to your inner self and all this inner knowing. I was thinking, why doesn't everybody get it? So I'm gonna tell you that when I was heading in this direction a few years ago, and so I booked to have Reiki, to go to a Reiki class and to have a Reiki attunement. And it's like really exciting because it's like, yes, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get this energy, and it shoots through your hands, and you can heal people, and all of that stuff. And I told people, I said, yeah, you should go on this course. You should do this, because as soon as I had my attunement, I could do Reiki. It wasn't like, oh, you've got to wait a few weeks and clear this and do that. It just happens instantly. Right. It's really good. But then other people did this, and they didn't feel the energy. And I was like, really? Like, how could it not be possible? Because you did the same. And I was thinking, this is the problem. It's not energy. It's mostly energy that we're talking about. It's not tangible. It's not like this desk that I'm sitting at. You can't go to energy and feel it, or it's like a chair that you can sit on. You can't do that.
It's like not material.
Yeah, it's not tangible. It's not material, and you've got to have a lot of belief and a lot of faith and you've got to sense it. You've got to have a lot of sensitivity to get it. Yeah. And then once you get into it, you're hooked, aren't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Once, you want more? Well, I don't know about everyone, but I would assume. But there I go again, assuming. That's never good. But I was like a sponge. The more I got, the more I wanted. I couldn't get enough. It's like, oh wow, this is awesome. I want more. More, please. It was like, it reminds me of the time I was at the beach and this woman came down and totally looked homeless to me. She looked like a homeless woman. Her hair was messed up and she was not in swimsuit or anything like that. And she sat down on the shore, let the water hit her, and she was fully clothed and started like going through the sand, looking at shells. And I thought, yeah, she must be a homeless woman or something. So I had gone into the water and I was coming out of the water and I was about thigh high in the water. And she looked at me and she said, 2 years ago, you had the rug pulled out from underneath you and you wanted to kill yourself. I was like, what? Because it was true. Mm. It was like, how does this woman know this?
Yeah.
So obviously she got my attention. We became friends. And it turns out that she was a very powerful spiritual leader. And so she had a class at one of the local temples. It was the Temple of Love, if I remember right. And she was doing a psychic class there. And she said, "Do you want to go with?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to go with." So she came and picked me up and we drove down there and went to the class. And the class was like a 2-hour long class. But one of the exercises we did was she had us all sit in a circle. And she brought out this baby doll. And this baby doll was just like the rubber. It was cloth-like body, but it had the rubber face and the hands. And then the middle of the hands right here was like a snap, like not the with the dome, but the part that it would connect to. And both her hands had this metal like snap on. And so she sat next to me in the circle and she had all of us join hands. And then she had me grab a hold of the one hand of the baby doll and touch the metal piece. And she did the same thing. And the baby doll started singing. No joke. I was like, what? And then she goes, all right. She pointed across the room and she goes, separate your hands. They separated their hands. The baby doll stopped. I'm like,
Wow.
alrighty. And meanwhile, everyone else is looking around the room like, yeah, what just happened?
Mm,
Because our mind is telling us no, 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 but yet we just experienced this.
mm,
So, and it's like she knew, the leader
yeah.
knew, and she said, okay, now we're going to all join arms. You're going to join arms with the person next to you. And so everyone joined arms. And once again, I put my hand and she put her hand on, and the baby doll started singing. And then she pointed to another two people and said, unconnect your arms. And the minute they unconnected their arms, baby doll stopped. And I was like,
Wow.
hey, there's something to this. And that's basically what she was saying, is that we're all energy and that we have a current running through us. And this was proof that we were. She was actually demonstrating what we were talking about, the tangible.
Mm.
So that was it for the class. And she had the baby doll sitting on the table. And everyone's, chit-chatting and gathering their stuff and getting ready to leave. And some are talking to her and stuff. Me, I'm on that baby doll.
The doubter.
Something's going on here. I want to make sure this is for real. I don't want to be conned. So I took that baby doll, and I am not kidding you. I went all over it. And sure enough, on the back of the baby doll, there was a compartment for batteries.
Yeah.
There weren't any batteries in it. So I do know. And I mean, I lifted up the dress. I looked at the legs. I examined that baby doll everywhere. And it wasn't rigged. It was truly our energy making her sing, the collective energy of the group that made her sing. And the minute we disconnected from the metal, the baby doll stopped, and it was for real. I was so blown away. It was like the biggest impact for me ever. And it totally convinced me that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we are all energy, and we all vibrate at different levels, some up here, some down here, some in the middle. It's all just depends on where you are in life. And that was, yeah. I even said to her, where did you get this baby doll? She said, oh, at some garage sale somewhere. So, yeah. So it was very impactful to me. It really set the stage for me as far as this is not wooey wooey. This is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, huh? How we get
I
our
love
life
it.
lessons. And really, ironically, that was it. She was out of my life after that. So it was like she was brought in just to show me that.
Mm.
And then on down her path, and she wasn't needed in my pathway anymore.
So I'll tell you something else I'm taking from that is that appearances can be deceptive.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
she was it's what you call a hot mess.
That's what she looked like. And I mean, you thought she was out of her mind. She comes fully clothed, sits down on the shore, and starts sifting through the sand. And it's like, yeah. And she wasn't anything like that. She was a warm, loving, spiritual leader. And so,
And she
yeah,
had it.
it's that saying, you
Yeah.
can't judge a book by its cover type of thing.
And she also had it totally together, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except no one really has it totally together. I've learned that we all have our own things to deal with. And hers was, she had a significant other that was into alcohol. And so that was one of her issues. Even though she's spiritual, you still have your challenges.
Yeah.
Being spiritual or teaching it or whatever doesn't make you immune to life, I guess is a good way to put it. And that's good, because with those, we grow. With those experiences, those challenges, we grow from them, or we don't. It just depends on the person. You have to have that willingness, is what I've learned. You have to be willing to step out and change. It can be fun.
Yeah, that's my favorite